The app is enticing enough for our guests to download and share. You should download the app and share with your friends too. That's beautiful. What you say? So, download the KBLA 1580 app today and take us with you wherever you go. KBLA Talk 1580.
You are now rocking with the best.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yo, I come from a small city where nothing is handed. Took my talents and made them work for me, look where I landed. I know a lot of those out there really don't want me having it. They just mad that I'm creeping on them and they had advantages. See, when my voice is on, I let my voice be the change. Put it in these communities, let it give them some range. Let them know that they got a shot at anything they want. And it ain't all about the teaching, but really how they respond. And here on KBLA Talk 1580, we gon' get into it. The whole world will smile out of your media. The others tell it, but they truths have some limits. We got that food for soul, know what they feeding you. Black lives matter all the time. Let's talk about it. The school to prison pipeline. Let's talk about it. Police brutality out of line. Let's talk about it. All these thoughts running through my mind. I am unapologetically progressive in efforts to fight for the people. Gotta exercise our voting rights and then push the needle. I'm walking tall cause I know that y'all expect me to lead. Push the message I am willing to bleed. I gotta get what I need. That's social reform. That's prison reform. I'm highly informed. Don't put down a pen. I gotta live. And who you know gon' give it to you like this? And here on KBLA Talk 1580, we gon' get into it. The whole world will smile out of your media. The others tell it, but they truths have some limits. We got that food for soul, know what they feeding you. Black lives matter all the time. Let's talk about it. About the school to prison pipeline. Let's talk about it. Police brutality out of line. Let's talk about it. All these thoughts running through my mind. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, man, let's talk about it. We got a lot to talk about right here. KBLA Talk 1580. Welcome to the Danny Morrison Show, the whole 9 of the nighttime, right at 9 Thursday night. I love me some Thursday nights. This is the night of the week when Queen Robin and I let our head down and share dialogue on topics that may come across as a little more trivial and superficial, but highly important nonetheless. And can I keep it 100 with y'all tonight? This has been an exhausting broadcast week, man. I cannot deny. From talking about the power of words to the importance of the young black and brown continuing to stay politically engaged to an extremely frustrating show last night about the LGBTQIA+. This week has further demonstrated to me that the black community still has a long way to go, and we need to take a further look at us. And tonight's topic of conversation frustrates me even more because I like to believe that this should be underhand slow pitch. This is like playing on an 8-foot basketball rim. In comparison to all we African Americans have to endure every hour of every day just trying to live simple lives in this country, one would think that this is something that should be second nature. What am I referring to? I'm talking about flowers. Yeah, flowers. No, not the lilies and the daisies and the lilacs that you likely have growing in the garden in your backyard. I'm talking about the flowers that we black people are so hesitant to give our elders who should always be held in high regard. In helping illustrating what I'm referring to, allow me to throw us back into the KBLA time machine for a better perspective. Blaze it up, Andy. Come on, let's go. Where are we going? Let's go back. Way back. Back in the time. 1,580 gigawatts. Come on. I'm going to take y'all back to like the 1970s and 80s. We're going to go back there. You see, I grew up in an era when older black people were perceived as being much wiser than everybody else. All of them. Even though in retrospect, they made tremendous errors in judgment when it came to our health and welfare. But we all still just assume that any race of people that can endure the racial turmoil throughout the first half of the 20th century and still come out alive after the civil rights movement, that segment of our melanated population just had to have all the right answers. Of course, Grandpa could smoke in the car around us. Ain't no such thing as secondhand smoke, boy. Seatbelts? What are those? Those are only for when you take long rides out of town, huh, Mama? And yeah, babies can eat chicken. Yeah, bones and all. It's all good. Don't trip. And yeah, let my little brother cry in his crib for hours. It's all good. He will eventually cry himself to sleep, right, Mama? and lay him right on his stomach. Do it. He will sleep better that way. Or how about a little bourbon on our baby's gums to help with that teething pain, huh? Yeah, and just like Emraj reminded us on this very broadcast just a few days ago, yeah, let's put a little whiskey on our baby's bottle nipple to help them fall asleep. Oh, in the early 1980s, we would all eventually learn about Run DMC, but we probably should have learned more about who runs CPS. My mama should be in jail, but I digress. But I still give any and all African Americans older than me that just do. I don't even think about why. I just do. The OGs in my hometown were always up to no good, but they knew that I would amount to something and sheltered me from the madness in my neighborhood. My pastor, Tyree Tolliver, and my Sunday school teacher, Don Hicks, may they both rest in peace, would always sprinkle nuggets on the congregation and in the church classroom, which gave me the necessary tools to ultimately become a strong, God-fearing black man later on. And my mentor, Larry Joslin, would eventually serve as my surrogate father, because my biological wouldn't bother. But things have changed in 2022, though. Some of these youngsters are cut different. They don't seem to show the same reverence for their elders the same way we did back when we were youngsters. What further illuminated this problem was the mini controversy that took place between two highly successful MCs, one from the old school, one from the new school. And I could not believe the disrespect that the new schooler had for one of our hip-hop legends, and the Breakfast Club was on the case. Listen.
Apparently, 21 Savage said some things that struck a chord with people. They were talking about Nas being one of the greatest rappers of all time, and here's what 21 Savage had to say.
No, I don't feel like he's relevant. I just feel like
none of them are relevant.
Man, he's not relevant. He just has a loyal ass fan base. Thank you. Just has a loyal fan base that and he still make good ass music. But
they don't have a core fan base.
All right. Well, Nas's brother, Jungle, has already responded and said 21 Savage is trash. Glad Nas dropped King's Disease 3 so fans can hear real bars. 21, can you do something for me?
Well, whether 21 Savage is trash or not, it's an opinion. I don't feel that way, but 21 is absolutely wrong about what he said about Nas. Like, Nas will forever be relevant because he's Nas. Like, the fact that he's even being discussed in that clubhouse lets you know that he'll forever be relevant. Not to mention, Nas is something that a lot of people in this business hope to be, and that's a legend, an icon, a classic, a one-on-one. When Nas' first album came out, 94?
94. I mean, he just won a Grammy a year ago, so obviously he's relevant.
Even if forget the Grammy, he's had a 28-year career. That should be the goal for anyone in the business. From his music catalog to his investment portfolio, Nas is forever relevant. Just because you're having a hot week, 21, with because you got an album with Drake. Let's not get crazy, young king.
Let's not get crazy, young king. For real. However, many people give this next cat a hard time, but actor Michael Rappaport was very upset about 21 Savage's comments. Contrary to popular belief, he does care about the culture, and the creator and producer of Beats, Rhymes, and Life, The Travels of a Tribe Called Quest documentary let 21 Savage know exactly how he felt on his podcast. Listen.
Nas is not relevant. It shows in your work, 21 Savage. And I'm glad you're making money. I'm glad you're able to take care of everybody. But it's so disrespectful. Only in hip-hop do people do that. Do they degrade? Do they on? And I gotta pick it up again. I gotta come out again. Me, Michael Rappaport. I gotta be the one to say, how dare you to say that Nas isn't relevant? And we see why you would think Nas isn't relevant, 21 Savage. Because when we listen to your music, it shows that you're not a big Nas fan. You're probably ain't a Big Daddy Kane fan, an LL Cool J fan, a Beastie Boy fan, a Gang Starr fan. You probably ain't a fan of any of them. And I hear it in your work. You're like Cat in the Hat. That's the kind of rapper you are. Cat in the Hat. Jumped over the bat, and he flipped and he flapped. Yappity yap.
Yappity yap. Don't talk back. All facts. In conclusion, leave Nas alone. Nas is one of the top 7 MCs of all time, right behind Pac, Jay-Z, Rakim, Eminem, Big Daddy Kane, and Ice Cube. And if his beat selection was better, you could probably make the case that he's the GOAT. But why are hip-hop artists always so slow to give kudos to the MCs that came before them? Why did we just get a hip-hop union this year to solidify pensions and some form of financial stability for our classic hip-hop artists? Why are today's MCs so slow to give the legends features on their albums? Why is 23-year-old Lotto beefing with 39-year-old Nicki Minaj? Why is 39-year-old Nicki Minaj beefing with 48-year-old Lil Kim? Why is Tekashi 6ix9ine beefing with everybody, including himself? And why are our black musical heroes never paid the same respect that rock and country artists do to their heroes? The biggest tours every year are classic rock tours, while our classic artists have to combine their talents and collaborate on tours and are relegated to country, county fairs, casinos, and smaller venues. I feel sorry that today's generation will never experience the thrill of waiting by the radio to record your favorite song, or waiting in line overnight to buy concert tickets, or walking the aisles of Sam Goody the same way they walk the aisles of the Apple Store. Give our legends their flowers. They deserve every petal available to them, because the music they've created throughout the last few decades has always been available to us, and I appreciate them so much. But that's just me. Tell me what you think, KBLA Thursday night, huh? 21 Savage thinks that Nas is irrelevant. He can't even spell irrelevant. How does that make you feel? Some might agree here on the West Coast, actually. I bet there's a bunch of people on the West Coast that ain't rocking with Nas like that. But where do you stand? And why do we not support our legendary artists the way that we should? Travis had the Isley Brothers, the freaking Isley Brothers, on his show earlier today. Absolutely legendary. They should be selling out the crypto the same way the band U2 does, or the Eagles, or the Rolling Stones, right? When we all know the Isleys are, in my opinion, 10 times better than each of them. Is this a racial issue? Or is this simply a numbers issue? Or have we forgotten how to give out flowers? Holla at your boy. Your voice is change, your voice is community, your voice is on. 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. You can also stream us via the brand new KBLA streaming app on your app store, iOS or Android. It don't matter. That same app allows you to send me your questions and comments that I will answer live at different intervals throughout the broadcast. Plus, like, share, and follow your favorite radio station live on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KBLA Talk 1580. Feel free to follow me at Danny Mo Show on those same platforms too. Plus, me and my listen. Y'all better go to YouTube right now. Listen. Okay, that's too far, Andy. She's a married woman. I know you. She's a married woman. You can't do that. You're going to have Robbie in the parking lot after the show. I want every single one of y'all to go to YouTube right now and look at Robin on YouTube right now.
That's why I play that.
That's dumb. What you doing?
What you mean?
She's a married woman.
Not on that level, ladies and gentlemen. Not on that level.
Robbie, I'm sorry. That wasn't me, Robbie.
It's just an acknowledgement. Shout out.
I ain't got the button. He got the button.
I apologize too. Okay. Salute to you, my brother.
All right. You gonna be on the news tomorrow. Go to YouTube and see Robin right now. That's all I'm saying. Look, I'm all about the flowers, always. But there is a whole cast of musical characters that we black people have taken for granted and have dropped the ball on giving them their just due. That's why my 7th series tonight is a musical one. The 7 classic black musical artists that never seem to get their flowers. They are underrated and underappreciated, in my opinion. But tonight, I will hand them an entire bouquet and put their accomplishments on display. Stay tuned. We will do it tonight. Add to the conversation with your phone calls when we come forward. Welcome to the Danny Morrison Show on Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Let's rock.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Our Weekly Los Angeles is the largest audited black newspaper in the state of California with a distribution of over 50,000 copies weekly. Pick up a copy every Thursday to get the latest news on African American communities of LA. You can also keep up with what's going on in Los Angeles and surrounding cities by going to www.ourweekly.com. The Our Weekly website is updated daily with the current news about us and for us. For your advertising needs, Our Weekly offers economical advertising packages to fit your budget. Feel free to call Our Weekly or visit the website at www.ourweekly.com. Our Weekly Los Angeles, reporting news that matters to you.
KBLA Talk 1580, putting the spotlight on culture and community. The Rodney King Foundation works in the community to promote positive race relations and achieve social justice. The foundation provides advocacy, educational scholarships, and the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice, where divisiveness has been overcome and all people live together peacefully and harmoniously. Executive Director, Founder Laura King is striving to enhance the community's self-esteem, health, social services, and social justice locally and worldwide. The foundation is dedicated to continuing the message information, please visit rodneyking.org or call 626-541-2907. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
The Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
We are streaming live on YouTube at the KBLA Talk 1580 YouTube page. I'm not here to tell you how to think, but I am here to tell you what to think about. We black in a spot, another episode of the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. First on the scene, so fresh and clean. Nah, man, hit it, come on, let's go.
Is your queen to be?
What you
I've
got?
been terrible this week.
Yeah, you've fallen off.
I'm trying to think of, is there we couldn't come up with a song with the word black. Is there a formal
Or white.
Or white. Is there a formal woman dressing going out song? Formal garb, if you will. There's gotta be. Like,
I don't know. I'll have to think on that. Andy,
come on, he's on the phone.
Okay.
Because I know Johnny Gill in my mind, he says, put on your red dress. You have a black dress on.
Yeah.
So.
Why?
Why? Oh, yeah. How about you tell them why you I'm so stupid. We talked about it off mic, and then I'm not even doing it.
No, it's okay.
What happened tonight? Where you been?
Well, our beautiful, intelligent, incredible colleague, Ariva Martin, she had her annual, it's still going on actually, her annual Evening Under the Stars event that is great thing. It's such black excellence, in my opinion, and it's, I don't want to, I say it's black excellence because it's, primarily who was there, but it's definitely for everybody, and the goal of it, they raise money for autism and children with needs. And so it's a fundraiser, it's a dinner, it's entertainment.
Christian Keys was the host.
Christian Keys, Kim Whitley's there. So it was just a really nice event. Very, very nice event.
At the Beehive. I want to go there.
Beehive. Oh, the Beehive is just so nice. I have been hearing about it. So when I found out that it was there, I was just like, I finally get to see it. It's not far. I mean, it's probably 10 minutes from here, 10 to 12 minutes from here. It's beautiful.
Can you go? Can the public just go and have a meal there anytime?
I think so.
Because I want to go.
Yeah, I mean, look it up. Look it up online. The Beehive. It's such a nice place. And then the way that, of course, the decor, I'm going to post on my social media. So if you want to see pictures, definitely go follow me there. Something. Deborah Shaw, shout out to Deborah. She was there. With Lisa, it was very, very, very nice.
Man, Areva Martin is doing amazing work.
Oh, she really is. She really is.
Just changing the game. So
she's incredible.
Shout out to Areva and that entire organization for doing such great work. And I see who's on the phone. We'll go to him in a second because he got dissected pretty good last night. Imran's on the phone. We're going to go to him in a second. Okay. But in the third hour, we might bring you a few more of the Upon Further Review clips that you all have sent us over the past few days. Clips that extend the conversation on some of the topics we touched on recently on the Danny Mo Show. Tonight, the first clip sent to me to Storm Power, that KKK member that I did not play. We'll play it tonight. Second clip, Dave Chappelle talking about why he left the Dave Chappelle Show. I want creators to hear what he's got to say. And the third clip is from the big dog, Eric Thomas. In my opinion, the best motivational speaker in the country. He breaks down how we shouldn't always need a seat at the table. We need to build our own. I'm going to play that for you. Nuggets throughout that clip. Let's see Upon Further Review clips all coming up in the third hour inside the Raw Report. But in the meantime and in between time, make sure you follow us on all socials. Like, share, comment, tell your friends and family. Do the same. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget about YouTube. You can also comment on YouTube. We got a poll up yet, Andy? We don't have a poll up yet. We'll have a poll. You can answer the poll, and we'll answer those over the air as well. And don't forget to download the KBLA app to gain even more access to us. You can stream KBLA live and use that open mic feature. And y'all been blazing that thing up over the last couple of weeks. Keep them coming. If you're scared to call the show, unlike Imraj, use the open mic feature, and we just might play the audio over the air. That's the new KBLA app, iOS or Android. It don't matter. We got a lot to talk about. But tonight, we're discussing 21 Savage's savage comments about the rapper Nas being irrelevant. Does irrelevance even mean in hip-hop? And why don't we African Americans give our musical legends the same reverence other racial groups and musical genres do? Taking it to the queen, the former queen tonight. What the hell is 21 Savage thinking?
Okay. Right. And I agree. Number one. I think that he was just talking about. I mean, I think he misspoke because he did come later, and he cleaned it up a little bit. I think what he was trying to get at was just the fact that Nas doesn't have any current music really out. That people aren't really. First of all, I'll say this.
But that's not even true, though, right?
I'll back up even a little bit more.
Okay.
21 Savage, if you're familiar, he's got a lot of stuff going on. Like, he owns his masters. He does very well for himself. He makes a lot of money. And you wouldn't even think it because, granted, the name 21 Savage is very popular and all of that stuff, and he's got music out, but it's not like he's, he's leading on the charts or anything like that.
He is right now with Drake right now.
Well, yeah, that part is true.
But regularly, he's not.
Under normal circumstances, he's just. I think for him, he's pretty much saying that the people who are dominating the charts, we hear their name, they're relevant all the time, and Nas isn't necessarily dominating the chart like he once did. And as a matter of fact, I don't know that Nas really dominated the charts. Nas was more of he was a cultural phenomenon. He wasn't necessarily mainstream, although he had mainstream success. It wasn't to that level of like a Jay-Z mainstream.
True.
Nas was more for the culture. He was part of us, and he's so big to us. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so disrespectful. We received that, like an insult. But that's the way I think he meant it.
He tried to clean it up in his defense, but to call him irrelevant is definitely the wrong word. But what bothers me is you either have to be dominating the charts.
He's not relevant.
Yeah, you either have to be dominating the charts or you're not relevant. There's no in between. I think Nas is in between.
I don't think it's not. I don't even know that he's in between. I guess maybe in terms if you want to qualify it like the charts or you're not. Maybe that's in between. But it's like Charlamagne said, the mere fact that we're talking about Nas, it says that he's relevant. Nas will always be relevant. Nas will always be in the conversation, period. He is one of those people who has, for the rest of his life, if he doesn't do any other music, he's already stamped his place. So that is going to create his relevancy. And so that is where I think he misspoke. Ignorance, definitely, but he misspoke on that.
And the mere fact that he got the best album Grammy last year, I'd have to say that he's a little bit relevant.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phones. Let's give him a chance. Imraj, give me your height, your color, and your hood. Come on.
5'10", unapologetically black, Gardena, California.
Gardena, checking in. Drop that. Come on, let's go.
What's up?
You got
Hey, man,
you got burned up last night. I know you wanted to call.
No. I mean, first of all, my boy Q got my back, so it's me and Q, I guess.
Okay.
But I want to give a shout out to Fatima. Hey,
it's Fahima.
She cleaned it up for me. Fahima.
You can't even get her name right?
Hey, that sister cleaned it up for me. She had my back on there. Exactly what she said is what I meant. I didn't mean to say, I don't call for the killing of anybody. But what I was reading was Old Testament stuff. But in the New Testament, like I was telling y'all, Christ came and washed away all of that.
Okay, but before you continue, you have to reference what you're talking about for people that missed the episode last night. Why are you calling to clean things up?
Because I had quoted some Old Testament stuff, particularly about the gays, and in Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13, where it says that if a man sleeps with a man, he's an abomination to the Lord, and he should be killed, and let their blood be on their own heads. But that's a lot of Old Testament stuff. Not that it wasn't meant for us.
I told you that last night, by the way, and you didn't listen.
Well, I was on one, man. Anyway,
you think? Yeah, so good.
Like I said, I feel like I don't want nobody to perish. That's why I say you have to accept Christ with it. You know what I mean? But he came away in the New Testament and washed away all of our sins. So all you have to do is accept him. Say that he is your Savior. He is the only way to the Father. And you will be saved. All of your sins will be forgiven.
Can I ask you a question?
But a lot of people don't do that.
Can I ask you a question?
It's free. It's free, and the devil has so many people blinded, they still can't say it.
Can I ask you a question?
You don't have to pay your thing. Go ahead, bro.
Are you going to ask you a question? First of all, I want to say, I hate when you say the gays. It sounds like it's the Jews when people say that. It bothers me. It's gay people. Can we do that? Can we put a face on it? Instead of saying the gays.
Okay, sure.
Is that okay?
Any way you want to call it. You want to call it.
As long as we agree. And here's the second thing I want to ask you. Can a homosexual be a Christian?
If he accepts Christ in his life and tries to change his ways and admit and tries to repent of. But like I told you before, they don't think they're sinning. So if they don't think they're sinning, the answer is no. If they know they're sinning, but they can't help themselves.
That can't be true. That cannot be true, because how many times do you and I sin in every other way and still claim to be Christian, still consider ourselves Christian?
We do.
Yes, you can't take that away from
we repent of our sins, though, Robin. And good evening to you. I'm sorry, I didn't mention you. Good evening to you, but we repent of our sins. If a homosexual repents of his or her sins, they will be forgiven. But if they think, you know what, I was born this way, this is my lifestyle, I'm going to do what I want to do, and God will still love me and forgive me of it, and don't accept Christ, then, what can I say? What's that video y'all had where the guy said, I'm not gay anymore? And he was,
he's delivered.
And everything. I mean, y'all think that maybe he got turned away and he realized his sins, and he told the world about it.
All
right. So, and like I said, I really don't want to get in religion, man. We could argue about music, about the Nas thing. We could talk about the movies the last 30 years, Shawshank Redemption, Silence of the Lambs, Goodfellas is my favorite.
I gotta go. I'm up against it. I gotta go. But if you want to call later, do that. I think you did a good job cleaning it up a little bit, but just be more open-minded next time when we have this conversation.
Hey, one last thing. You remember Pac dissed Nas on Machiavelli.
He did.
So maybe a lot of people listened to that and said, you know what? He said, Nas, you took fire like me. You know, you live in fantasies.
All right.
You know.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Lord. You thought about that all day. News and traffic right now. My 7 Series on the other side. Danny Mo Show Thursday night. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Russia is taking Brittany Griner to a penal colony in the Mordovia region. Reuters reports the American basketball star was moved to an undisclosed to 9 years in a penal colony on drug charges in August. The white gunman charged in a racially motivated mass shooting in Buffalo, New York, will plead guilty. That's according to an attorney representing victims' families. Peyton Gendron shot and killed 10 black people at a grocery store in May. The NFL is moving Sunday's game between the Buffalo Bills and Cleveland Browns from Buffalo to Detroit, as the city is one of many to get hit by a major snowstorm this week. The National Weather Service in Buffalo warned of a long event. It's expected to be the worst Thursday through Friday night. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
The holiday season is here, and if peace and quiet is at the top of your wish list, you'll love Casper's selection of mattresses. Save up to $800 online or at a participating store near you. Exclusions apply. See casper.com/promo.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory. Thrill of victory.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community, and I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
For KBLA Talk 1580, Talk 1580, Talk 1580, and we don't back down. We got lots to talk about.
You're the victim of a car accident. Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm could be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. When it comes to getting the you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that when we fight, we win. Community Coalition trains activists and organizers in order to support power building with Black, Brown, Indigenous, and people of color. Community Coalition works to help transform the social and economic conditions in South LA that foster addiction, crime, violence, and poverty by building a community institution that involves thousands in creating, influencing, and public policy. Founded by Karen Bass in 1990, Community Coalition was born as an African American and Latino organization with the goal of turning hopelessness and despair into action. The activism of the Community Coalition's members and community residents has almost solely stimulated economic recovery in South LA for decades, generating billions of dollars by redirecting them to South LA schools and foster care. In addition, Community Coalition offers amazing mind, body, soul resources, advocacy, and policy work, and has a robust and active membership body. To become a member, get a referral, or get support for your nonprofit, visit cocosouthla.org. That's cocosouthla.org, or call 323-750-9087. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
First time. Yeah. I think we're gonna call this one the first time. Brucey B-Boys. First time you heard Nas, was you hurling off some gut hot liquor on 2-5, or your big brother put you on like surprise? Hearing my hood described, so vivid you can see it by closing your eyes. Maybe it was the age of the letters I wrote when jail letters will hope you read the credits and you saw Lost Pro, or some decrepit club with DJ S&S had was. I stepped on the stage with imperfections, I was messing up on her first time. Inside a Subaru, she just had a few with a boo they driving, he put on barbecue, and I got through to you with doo-doo. I saw Rockin' Fubu, I saw Papayas, told me halftime was time while Amaral in his tires. I was trying to juggle Columbia records while dealing with what the country Columbia jungles had left us. First time you heard it, Nas, I probably was under suppressor, gun in the dresser while you was bagging up in the kitchen playing my records. Your first time was you hitting the gas, and the whip was some never hitting. She passed your real music test to know if she into the ad-libs. Real rap.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Shout out to Nas, man. Who is that, though? That's not Nas. That's Nas on that track? That don't sound like Nas, man. Are you sure? That's not Nas.
That is Nas off of his new album, King's Disease 3. The name of that track was First Time.
Wow. I remember my first time.
What?
That was amazing. When we come on.
I thought you was going to say your first time listening to Nas.
The first time I looked into your eyes. Who's that? Surface? I cried. Y'all know this one. Y'all know it? Oh, my God. Where's Joe Williams when you need him?
We'd have to play it.
You don't know?
I don't know that I remember it off of your voice.
You trying to say I can't sing?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I probably need to hear the
first time I looked into your eyes.
It sounds familiar.
I cried.
Yeah. That sounds very familiar, but I still would like to hear the song version and not that.
I wasn't going to get my real vocals because you got to, in the shower. I told you I'm Teddy Pendergrass in the shower. Luther Vandross on the toilet. Let's jump right up into it, into the 7 Series, Andy. Let's go. Come on.
One topic, 7 answers. It's time for the 7 Series on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
7 classic black musical that fly hours. You want to join the discussion? You know what to do. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. 7 classic black musical artists that never seem to get their flowers. Number 1, Tamia. Duh. Robin know what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Tamia is my favorite female R&B artist of all time. Ever since she came onto the scene back in 1998 with that Imagination album, I've been mesmerized by her. But she's never mentioned among the greats. She's got the voice, the look, the longevity, and fellas, go to YouTube and watch that Officially Missing You music video. You'll thank me later. Trust me. And that is why Tamia is the first classic black musical artist that never seems to get their flowers. Here's a taste of one of my favorite songs of all time. So Into You. Listen. Give me some juice on that. Come on, what we doing? Classic black music artist that never seems to get that flowers. Tamia. Miss Robin, what you got?
You already know. Tamia she's up there. She used to be considered one of my all-time favorite artists, period. I mean, vocalist, I would always put Whitney up there, but artist, and it's like the way she sings, her songs, her songwriting skills, everything, it's always been Tamia for me.
And Black her and Grant Hill, come on.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Speaking of two, here's number 2. Black Thought. If you don't have Black Thought in your top 10 dead or alive MCs, you're doing it wrong. Thought got bars and is one of the best freestylers in the game. Being the lead rapper of the Roots, who could be the last remaining black band, by the way, has its advantages, but having Black Thought as your featured MC immediately makes any band viable. Rhyme schemes, metaphors, lyrical content, vocal tones, perfect. And that is why Black Thought is the second classic black musical artist that never seems to get their flowers. Take a listen. I want y'all to take 60 seconds here. This is Heat from Black Thought on the song Clones back in 1996. Listen.
Yo, I use the mic to slap you in your face and erase your taste. Disgrace your gate, put your title to waste. Down as a lyrical grace from a place called that's the residency, persistent currency. My pockets never empty. Some cats believe they empty, but we know they all fraud. Do a show in Philly, wouldn't explore. Don't you reckon nor who you open it for. Can tell your squad's artificial while approaching the door. So you should prepare for lyrical terror that's pure. Step up to the reservoir of the soul proprietor style Messiah or the Kaya Lord down with dice raw. The matador, shorty kinda saw something whatever you build to the floor. Similar to that of a dinosaur. I told you I'm the rap predator. You insist to imitate what for? Superstar is 10% real, 90% invented for a record deal. Coming with something veterans can't feel. I hit you like a steel anvil because you grafted off the next man's skills. Still, I remain mellow, seeing the theatrics of Othello. Below the tactics of Ruby Ello, DCLONES, facts. The Zodiac cats is for Zodiac.
At 26 years ago, right there. My second classic black music artist that never seems to get that flower. What you know about Black Thought? Are you a fan?
He's not been. I know who Black Thought is. I know some of his music. He's never been highly ranked for me.
Okay. By the way, the Roots, I'm being told, has a New Year's Eve party going down here in Los Angeles.
Well, here's the thing. The Roots, it's like, if you do have an opportunity to see the Roots, right, go.
It's got to be amazing.
Just go.
I want to. I'm considering it.
Yeah.
It's at the Walt Disney Hall or something.
Mm-hmm.
Checking that out. Here's number 3. You might disagree with us. Karen White. If there was never a Toni Braxton ever, and being that she was married to Terry Lewis, Karen probably would have gotten a bunch of Toni Braxton's material from Babyface, and she would have made them just as successful, in my opinion, if not better. Strong vocals, strong stage presence, and fine. Still fine, by the way. She has since divorced Terry Lewis and now lives in the city of Sacramento and runs a successful interior design company, by the way. She really was a superwoman the whole time. That is why Karen White is the third black musical artist on Superwoman back in 1989. Listen.
I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only human. This girl needs more than occasional hugs and a token of love from you to me.
And that is why Karen White is the third black music artist that never seems to get their flowers. What do you think? This one was a stretch for me, but I was like, man, there's always been something about Karen White for me.
First of all, Zoe played that on the show the other day. I almost lost my mind when I was driving in the car. That is my jam.
It's an amazing
song. That is my jam. Love that song. I don't know. Beautiful. Karen White is beautiful. I love Karen White. I would not pit her against Toni Braxton and say that if there was no her, there'd be no Toni, or that the songs that would have gone to Toni could have gone to her and she would have made them better. Because don't play with Toni like that.
I love Toni.
Put some respect on Toni's name. That's all I'm saying. Because
what we're not going to do.
Let me tell you. I'm just saying Toni Braxton came in and changed the game with her voice. There's literally nobody like Toni Braxton. Now, Karen White, I love Karen, but she sounds like if she sang a song, you'd be like, who is that? It sounds beautiful, but who is that?
No.
It's not distinct enough.
But Toni gets the flowers all the time.
Yeah.
And Karen doesn't. And she's got #1 hits too.
Okay.
Not like Toni, but
yeah. So you don't feel like time range, when was she at her peak?
Her biggest song has got to be Superwoman.
Probably.
Although Romantic was #1 too. Remember? Let's get romantic.
It's okay though. That's all right because that's you and your musical journey.
She's telling me I don't know how to sing, y'all. It's unfair.
No, but what I am saying is that maybe Karen got her flowers at her peak or during her career span. I love Karen White. Love Karen White.
But she doesn't belong on this list. I admit it's a stretch. I said that.
Yeah, you said it.
But I've just always loved Karen White. She's kind of a special favorite.
I love Karen.
1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, I've said it on the show before. The only man in music that can make me cry. Danny Mo Show, KBLA. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. By George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA.
Higher gas prices meant oil companies made massive profit. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by MLK Hospital. The average for regular gas is $5.46 at the pump, with $5.80 for premium. Meanwhile, local refiners like Phillips 66 and Marathon report profit increases up to 1,243% higher than last year. Governor Newsom was reported to say that big oil is making record profits by, quote, ripping off Californians, end quote. Penalties for this price gouging will put profits back into taxpayers' pockets in the form of a direct deposit refund. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News. Let us know your thoughts on this by tweeting us at KBLA 1580. When you have your baby at MLK Community Hospital, they will work hard to make sure you and your family have the experience that you want. MLK Hospital welcomes your new baby.
KBLA Talk 1580 would like to thank all the businesses that tune in to KBLA at work. We celebrate you, your calls to the station, and your overall support. We would like to treat your office to a lunch for 10, brought to you by K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app or log on to KBLA1580.com to be selected for our Office of the Week. We know you are just like our staff, putting in many smart, hard-working hours per week. We just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you. You and your staff deserve lunch on us. Enter your office to win lunch for 10 and be highlighted on KBLA Talk 1580 as our Office of the Week. Open the KBLA app or log on to KBLA KBLA 1580 to enter your office today to become the KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week, sponsored by KMichelle'sKitchenCatering.com. Become the KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week. This has been a KBLA Talk 1580 community call to action. Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Back to the 7 series. We're doing 7 black musical artists that never seem to get their flowers. We're up to number 4. Simply one word, Wanye. If I told you to name your top 10 R&B males 40 years, you wouldn't name Wanye. And you should. You could easily make the case that Wanye had not only the strongest voice of the 1990s, but one of the strongest voices of all time. Not kidding. Plus, he got range and hits to go along with it with Boyz II Men, and that's exactly why Wanye of Boyz II Men is the 4th black musical artist that never seems to get their flowers. And please, right now, listen to Wanye on my favorite run of all time from him. On Bended Knee, we will pick up where he takes over that track. Listen.
I'm sorry to let you down. I'm gonna swallow my pride. I'm sorry. Stop pointing fingers. The blaming on me.
I'ma cry. I'ma cry.
And I want it with you. If it feels the same, don't ever let it go. You gotta believe in the spirit of love. You'll heal all things.
Artists that never seem to get their flowers. Let's keep it rolling. Here's number 5. Robin's going to disagree with this one too, but I figured it was another stretch. Check it out. Deborah Cox. What y'all know about Deborah Cox? Anything? I know. Kind of an obscure choice, right? But there was something about Debbie that drove me insane. First of all, the woman can sing, not just sang, sang. And she proved along with Drake, Justin Bieber, and The Weeknd that Canadians can do it too. Her song, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, surprisingly hit number 1 on the pop charts and proved that she would be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. Give her some flowers, and that's exactly why Deborah Cox is the 5th black musical artist that never seems to get their flowers. Here's an album cut from her One Wish project that I still play today called One Day You Will. Listen.
You don't miss me now, you don't miss me now. You don't miss me now. You don't miss me now. One day you will be walking down the street, yeah, and you'll see someone and she will look a lot like me, and you'll think about someone you left behind, and this will make you cry. One day you will be starting out your day, yeah, and you'll look inside your coffee cup and see my face, and you'll realize the sad mistake you made, and it will be too late. One day you'll wonder why you wear
is why Deborah Cox is the sixth black musical artist that never seems to get their flowers. Let's jump right into number 6, and that is Mr. Kenny Lattimore. I have seen this cat on stage twice in concert. One last month at Taste of Soul, and I saw him at a venue, a beautiful concert venue, over in San Bernardino, I believe. And he was fantastic. And I'm amazed at the range that he has. He sings gospel, opera, I'm not kidding, and of course, R&B. And what a performer. All over the stage, burning it up. Wow. I would place his talent up there with anyone in the music business, but he never gets his props. Even when he gave us one of the most overused wedding songs over the last 25 years, he still never gets his props. And that is why Kenny Lattimore is the sixth black musical artist that never seems to get their flowers. Here's the song that we all know and love, giving you a reason to get murdered for you. Listen. I love you, Janet.
For you, I give a lifetime of stability. Anything you want of me.
Listen to the words, Miss Jackson.
Nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show my love, or all the thoughts I'm thinking of. 'Cause this life is no good alone. Since we've become one, I made a change. And everything I do now makes sense. All roads end, all I do is for you.
And that is why Kenny Lattimore is my second favorite black musical artist that never seems to get their flowers. What you think about Kenny Lattimore?
It's a wonderful, wonderful choice. I love Kenny. I mean, I don't think that he gives, like you kind of mentioned it, he doesn't get his flowers enough.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
It's still going. That song right there, what song? I'm trying to think what year it was. 98?
You think 98?
Late 90s. It's got to be. What do you think?
I was going to say early 2000s.
You think it's after 2000?
Maybe.
Andy, when did that come out? For you, Lattimore. Looking it up right now.
You're going to get it right. You're usually pretty good with the trivia stuff.
It's not 2000. I don't think it's 2000.
No? So 90s.
It's got to be. It's probably 98, 99, I'm thinking. While he looks, let's just jump right into number 1. 96?
Whoa.
Wow.
You're really
earlier than I thought. Let's jump into, number 7. And probably the biggest one. Hammer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I said it. Hammer. Or MC Hammer. Or Stanley Burrell from Oakland. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't touch this. Too Legit to Quit. Pumps in a Bump. And so many more. He had a cartoon series. He had an action figure toy. He was the first hip-hop artist with an endorsement deal. And at one point in time, MC Hammer had the best-selling rap album of all time. Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him was number 1 until Outkast came in, bumped him from the top spot with Speaker Box Love Below. And let's not forget, he hired his whole neighborhood to go on tour with him. I'm not exaggerating. The whole neighborhood. It broke him, but he did it. Stop hating on Hammer. Give Hammer his flowers. And that is exactly why musical artists that never seem to get their flowers. And here's the song that started it all. Let's get it started. Come on, let's go.
Hey!
We're dancing on YouTube. Y'all gotta see that. This is my part right here. black music artists that never seem to get their flowers.
Good one.
Love it. When we come forward, your raw report for your Thursday night Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about right now. News and traffic. Stay there.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Russia is taking Brittany Griner to a penal colony in the Mordovia region. Reuters reports the American basketball star was moved to an undisclosed prison location. Griner was sentenced to 9 years in a penal colony on drug charges in August. The white gunman charged in a racially motivated mass shooting in Buffalo, New York, will plead guilty. That's according to an attorney representing victims'